the bottom right with brilliant, solid defense and play in that last game. He is
KT Roster Flash.
Will he do something risky in this game like that last one, or will he play more standard? We'll find out soon. He is
SK Telecom T1 Parting.
Don't do that, Parting. Look, Mom, no hands. Parting,
oh, my God. He's like, oh, I got my cuticles. Oh, I got to deal with it.
I need to clip my fingernails.
Okie dokie. Let's see what these guys have planned, Tasteless. No
Man.
proxies or anything, at least. Oh,
no proxies, no tag backs.
No tag backs.
Did you ever have that when you played tag as a kid?
Yeah, of course, no tag backs.
I got these like long Stretch Armstrong arms.
Yeah.
So I could just tag back.
Well, tag back isn't fair.
That's fine. Life isn't fair either, man.
If someone gets you, you're it. You're like,
Well, I'm not it because I have longer arms. I have different genes than you.
I'm like, this is a children's game on the playground, Tasteless. You're ridiculous. And you're 29 years old. What the hell are you doing? You can't tag back as a 29-year-old against these little kids with little short arms. So ridiculous. You're out of line.
You ever have to play, when you do like games with your friends outside, and one of your friends would be like, I don't know, you'd all pretend to be superheroes or something, or like, or you know what I'm talking about? You'd all pretend that like you're in a war and you have your little toy guns that don't shoot anything.
Yeah. That one. Not the superheroes, but that one.
Yeah, well,
we called it Guys.
You called it Guys?
Yeah, me and my brother played it.
You and your really creative brother?
Yeah.
Called it Guys?
He's like, you want to play Guys? I'm like, yeah, I want to play Guys. He's like,
Sean,
I'm the sniper guy. I'm like, I'm the smart guy. Or, no, actually, I was the sniper guy, and because we had like this toy rifle, and I always wanted to use it, and I was older, so I got to.
Oh yeah.
But I was like,
so you played this with your younger brother, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
My older brother was too much a nerd. Always had his nose in a book.
What a nerd.
Yeah.
No, I forget. My brother and me had this kid that was like really, really, really long ago. And this guy, this was our neighbor, and like whenever we play, he like wouldn't play by the fun imaginary rules. He's like, "No, I killed you again." I'm like, "No, man, I really shot you. Can you just like pretend to die?" It ruined it, man.
I hate when people.
Yeah, there's one kid that just ruined the fun for everybody. Now we have the Reaper over here.
This is
going to be a little tricky because that Reaper can, if controlled right, hit this probe, but he gets zoned out. Nicely done there by Parting.
He actually delayed that Nexus a really good amount. The fact that Parting has a Zealot and a Stalker before the Nexus starts.
Yeah.
That was a good job. That was a good tag team combo there in certain ways. Now, he's mining a lot of gas right now. A lot of gas. I think that this could be a fast blink build. This could be, the other part I was going to say is an Immortal all-in. Because he is getting a ton of gas. So
I wouldn't mind seeing an Immortal all-in. Parting's kind of well known for that.
He's very good at it. Good old Soul Train.
The Soul Train, man.
This isn't a Zerg player.
Remember casting that in Shanghai at the World Finals.
Yeah.
I'm like, here he goes again.
Here's that build he said he can't lose with, and he never does lose with. Like, he's so funny. All right, so, okay, no, this is going to be a bit more normal, just with the quicker gases, which is fine as well, especially since he had a more delayed base. So he's getting the Forge, getting that Robo. And we'll just have to wait and see which tech route he wants to go down. Does he choose to go down the Templar tech route, or does he go for a Blink Colossus?
Meanwhile, Flash rallying several Marines in his main. Now he knows the timing of when the Observer comes in here, so he's probably going to just try to snipe that right as it gets there, take that out. Taking out the Protoss' Observer is a real problem for the Protoss, since all the critical units, if he goes for heavy Robo attack, everything important is just coming out of that one Robo early on.
If you scan and kill the first Observer, there's nothing feels worse as Protoss if you lose the first Observer.
Very true.
Like, seriously, you need to see what's going on. Now, it's a Twilight going down, and his gas is at the expansion. Well, you know what? Those are timed kind of similarly to before. A little bit faster than normal for this type of build, but I think he is. I think he's going to go into probably Charge and High Templars just like Game 1.
All right. So this is probably, Party's best bet in his opinion. He's like, well, this is probably the best way I could possibly do this against Flash. I wonder what's going on in Flash's head right now.
Well, I think Flash is just concentrating on spending all his money, like he always does. And once he figures out exactly what the strategy is, that's when he'll be thinking a bit more. I think he's okay not knowing exactly what's going on.
Roboticized right now.
Yeah, he's just kind of going through the motions at the moment, trying to figure out, like, what is this? Because he hasn't, like, used a scan or anything, which... if he doesn't know that it's funny, this one, it's harder to play against.
In StarCraft 1, Flash's scans were so perfect always. Like, he always scanned right where he knew the army was.
And it was always
perfect.
like, why do you even scan? You know it's there.
Yeah, right. Then again, I guess there were no mules in StarCraft 1, so you might as well just scan.
That's very true. Scan was quite a different
all
beast.
the time.
Okay. We have Psystorm already started. That's a nice, quick Psystorm. Is he going to get his Prism this game?
He probably will.
Well, how quickly is the question, right? Because this is a
in the first
really
game,
quick
he got that
Psystorm.
Prism before the third base, right?
Oh, yes. And here it is. This is actually very similar timing to that. So, yeah, normally you want to get it like around the same time as your 4th and 5th gates with this build. And that's exactly when he's getting it. So, that's just kind of where it fits in overall. And he's going to have Psystorm done really soon. Maybe not when the very first poke comes up, but the very first poke, if he does walk up that ramp, doesn't even matter. It's like easily held.
Templars kept in the back here. They don't want to be sniped. Looks like Zealot Charge almost done here, as well as the Marine Armor. 2 more medevacs about to pop out here.
He's got to be careful, man. If he eats a storm with that army, that's like all Marines.
I think he was trying to keep that one Marine out there to try to bait out a force field while the rest stayed back.
Okay.
He stemmed that one. It's pretty risky, but...
And the War Prism is actually taking quite a brave route. There could have been something there. It wasn't now. This is a Psystorm drop.
Psystorm.
This is cool.
Huh.
You like when you do something like this, you always get 4 SCVs. Maybe more, but like 4 is going to be probably the minimum that he snags with the first Psystorm, and then of course he can warp in Zealots as well.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome.
And there's the Marines did spot that.
Well, that's it.
And I love the one Viking that Flash always has. So they just it's basically impossible to have any warp gate shenanigans. You're never going to have them, warp in, 6 Zealots, then another 6 Zealots, and things start to fall apart.
Wow, this was actually fantastic that he got this as well, Tasteless. To actually snipe this entire War Prism that has a High Templar in it. Because again, if a Psystorm goes off in your SCV line, you're losing like 4 SCVs no matter what. So he's pushed that back really well, not taking any damage this time. Remember in game number 1, he actually took a lot of damage from the first War Prism harassment. So this game already looking like it's going to be more epic.
And now the third is going to be made here. And we see the positioning here of Parting's army. He's comfortable enough in the open area on the map.
Oh, you know what? Because he has something at the normal third base of Parting, he thinks that this is actually like a charge lock.
Timing. Yeah, that's why he's getting those bunkers there. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Playing very safe here. Crossing all his T's.
No, see, he just scanned it, so he cancels all that.
So, really good play here by both sides. Playing very safe. A lot of feedbacks look like they went down right there.
Yeah.
Ooh,
look at those medevacs.
Gotta be careful.
Ooh, nice dodge.
That was really well done. And he might actually pick off some of these high templars.
Oh, nicely done.
Indeed, but he does lure him out. And now he's going to be able to pick off quite a few units here. Several Zealots going down, as well as that Archon.
And now there's a mad dash over here towards Parting's third. Notice the splitting here. And it looks like a storm drop here. Now, look at how he separated this army. He has just a small squad over here. Oh, nice.
Oh, a huge mistake there by Parting, losing a couple extra High Templars.
He sent a small squad of Marines and Marauders to try to take out that Nexus. I don't know what the HP on it was, but it did take a good amount of damage. And more barracks coming down here now. A nice storm as well.
And Flash is microing very well against this. He's got to be careful of that. There's a lot of charge lots. They have a Guardian Shield as well behind. There's a lot of medevacs, though. The thing is, his unit's very red right now after running through a few storms.
Yeah, not all those medevacs are full of energy.
So Flash actually has an okay supply lead right now. Where is all the splash damage from Parting, though? He really needs that. And, ooh, the Sentry gets picked off. Nice micro there by Flash, targeting it down.
Now, with the kiting here, he doesn't have anything that can prevent this. So the Zealots are just slowly getting eaten away. Nice time warp there. And another time warp.
Not as good, that one, I would say. It's
You
kind
don't
of
see
only
a
catching the
steady
tail end.
amount of or as many reinforcements as you'd expect coming up here.
Oh, he's got to be careful. Look at that. Actually, a lot of medevacs got picked off there at the end. And he does have those retreat size storms, so should be able to get out of here. And Flash, after all this, up about 20 supply.
Yeah, he's been playing really, really well.
He never does quite run out of unit stasis. This guy knows how to spend his money.
Oh, I like this drop.
Yes.
I like this. He's detected that he has a minor lead, so Protoss has to keep everything up here in the front, and these Marauders up here going to be so strong. He could take out some gateways or anything. Oh, nice. Going to go for this Nexus here.
Wow, that would be a big
This
kill.
is also a very bold move. Out of all the things he could have
He's
killed
gonna
here in the
get
Protoss' main.
And he gets it and gets out with almost all of his units. That's a big kill right there. That definitely puts a bit of a hiccup in his economy. He still had a lot of mineral patches and both geysers going.
Yeah.
And he's trying to tech switch into Colossus right now, which makes it even harder.
Very nicely done here by Parting, or by Flash rather, excuse me. Parting, though, going to have solid defense here.
Well, his I don't think he's going to take too much damage anymore from these little drop harasses, because he doesn't really have, it's not like he can walk around on the map. He doesn't have Colossi.
I cannot believe he actually got the pickup there with all those, considering how well that storm was.
Right now, Flash still sitting at exactly 66 SCVs. That's 22 per base. It's so funny how exact this guy is. He's adding a lot of ghosts right now and no third command center. Okay, there it goes. He just now adds in, but he's adding a lot of ghosts, getting a few Vikings as well.
Look at this defense. He's making Parting look like a fool for ever making a warp prison.
He's got really great defense against it. Some of the best that we've seen for sure. He has well, with the fourth base coming in, Flash is looking so solid tasteless. I really like, by the way, the preemptive Vikings. He knows that there have to be Colossi coming, so he's just making those. He's already got like 10 ghosts out, so High Templars are not going to be able to finish any game off. This is really, really nice.
The ghosts are now going to come out here. And, well, he actually managed to dump the Zealots out here, and the Viking did not chase that Warp Prism. We see it's now on the shadow there, so we know it's now moving out.
And he will come back and clean it up, but that was some damage done.
Parting's going to come down here to the fourth now while this is all going on. And
well,
that is still being constructed, I believe.
Doesn't really have the time to get through there right now to break those rocks down. And that's a big spread. He's got to be... Ghost coming up. He needs to use retreat storms right now. This army obviously can't do anything against his army.
Nice sniping here. Oh!
And okay feedbacks. Parting, though, that
there's
didn't
a
really
storm
do
here on the
anything
high
for him.
ground. Ooh, really nicely done.
Really well done there. So Parting, during all this, he did get his main Nexus back up. He's just now looking like he's going to start his fourth base, though. Whereas Flash looks like it's just finished up. He's sent his SCVs there as well.
We have the Ghosts now coming out.
Now there are a lot of Vikings here as well. The anti-air consists of Stalkers and Archons.
Yep, and he's already got the Vikings here ready for that Colossi. Now, this army has been bruised pretty badly here via stims, actually, not even via damage from the other army.
Parting has to come up this ramp.
Does he actually have enough to do this? Okay, no, he's going to split that army. Some of those Marauders are going to go down there towards that Nexus, or at least that's what he plans to. But he now pulls the Protoss army back out. A good amount of Zealots here.
Uh-oh. Did Flash overextend slightly?
It's
he does take out the
possible.
Colossi. It looks like this army, though, is going to be cleaned up for now. And
I can't believe he deflected that. The supplies are dead even at 117.
Wow, well, this is getting really interesting because now Parting has both types of splash available to him. He can make Colossi and High Templar, so he's going to have to mix those in together, whereas Flash, with the smaller supplies, sometimes that helps Terran out, but in this situation on Akalon, it's very easy to defend everything. So
yeah, out of all the maps we have, Akalon is the one where you can turtle and deflect all attacks and expand comfortably.
Very true about that. So he is adding another starport. Looks like he wants to refill his medevac and Viking count. In fact, I would not be opposed to him going home and actually repairing all this, because this is getting into one of those really big games. I don't think any... Flash can keep on this aggression all day, but I think Parting has gotten to the point where it's not just going to straight up kill him. When you have decent upgrades in both forms of Splash, and you're kind of sitting defensively with decent observer coverage around the map, these frontal attacks aren't going to kill you.
Yeah. Well said. Flash is just going to continue to be one base up. Flash is like a Zerg right now. He's just going to keep taking over the rest of the map, with Party not really able to move out that much, or at least not move out safely.
Yeah, this is like that fake prodding that we're seeing again from Parting. But he is getting a Warp Prism speed, and a Dark Shrine. So, the Dark Spire, as some might call it. That's a really good idea from him. He needs to be flying around, trying to do a little bit more harassment.
And the Marauder lift will tell the tale, by the way, as you saw there. Well, this is where Flash is his best, is in this endgame scenario, where, you're both basically cutting the map in half, or in the process of doing that.
I'm actually really interested to see this. If this gets to the point where there's, planetaries around and it's just Mass Ghost Viking with, other random stuff in there, against one of these crazy Colossus, High Templar, Archon armies that have maybe even some Tempest in them. If it gets that, how good is Flash at that? Because it really results in this super late game differ greatly amongst Terrans, just who is the best at it. You look at someone like Tasia, best in the world at that type of unit composition.
Best in the world. Oh, yeah.
Flash, I'm not sure. We don't normally see him get this far into the game, because normally he's ended it by now.
Well, he's going to pull these SCVs, but again, with the Viking defense, Parting really isn't allowed to harass.
That's a quick warp. He's like, yes, I am. No, you aren't.
Not enough time to actually warp anything out. So we have Cloak almost done here, by the way, for Terran.
Second Robo coming in. We have a huge Terran drop up towards the top of the map.
And also a big Zealot harass coming in here at the 5th base.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a planetary, right?
I assume it is, because he didn't lift it.
But sorry, guys, we don't have the preview PCs today, unfortunately. Doesn't actually have Blink yet. Definitely going to have to get that. Little drop coming down. And yeah, it is
a planetary.
So he's trying to get that turret. Not really going to work out.
This could not have been any less effective.
Yeah. Well, I guess it made the army move over there for a moment. Any moment's respite you get as Protoss feels quite good. Starting to put some pylons out on the map. Probably he's going to want to put a random photon cannon here and there, because Cloak is going to become a big part of this game with 16 ghosts out.
Nice storm there.
Random side storms as well, of course.
And he picks up. And think of those two medevacs like a placeholder, where the Protoss can't go down too much more.
Yeah,
because the drop comes down and takes out everything there.
Now, we do have +3 Viking weapons on the way. Really nice that Flash has kept up with that. Even getting his building plating, adding a lot of command centers. And, Parting is moving down here right now.
Okay, now they've passed by each other. Now does Flash turn around and try to save his base, or does he try to attack into the Protosses?
Ooh, nice moves here from Flash. Getting rid of that High Templar.
Parting attacking the upper right here, and Flash is going to go ahead and drop.
Ooh, he's dropping the main and attacking the 3rd base of Parting, it looks like. And this High Templar going to get only 1 feedback off before getting sniped. Flash dealing a lot of damage.
Parting not moving his army, by the way.
Well, he's going to need to very, very soon. Warping some DTs.
Parting was really paralyzed for a minute there.
Okay, here he goes. He's bringing down some more High Templars. Some really nice feedbacks going off. Great job there, but there's so many ghosts.
He wipes out that base. Now he can head towards into the main. Now remember, if it's in a base trade scenario, Terran do have a little bit of an edge because they can float their buildings.
And let's not forget they heal up their units all the way. And with this many ghosts, it's hard to use the High Templars correctly. In fact, he snipes a few more off.
Flash is moving through here so quickly. I don't know if Parting will be able to catch up. DT's coming down here now. Parting's best bet is to force the command centers to lift off, where the Terran cannot get any scans out.
I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go yet, Tasteless, because
I think
when he comes up the ramp, there's going to be a lot of EMPs going down. He's bringing the Vikings back, very smart. There's no Colossi over here to deal with. You know what? As long as Flash saves these units here, doesn't let them engage till these Vikings come back to clean up the Colossi, I think he holds everything and ends up winning the base trade.
Also note the amount of cash these guys have. It's not very much. Now here come the Vikings.
That is a lot of Vikings, and he is going to kill these Colossi out without much of a fight. Colossi actually getting a few shots, but ooh, the cloak.
There's no observer here.
Oh, God. There's only 3 observers on the map, one of which is not right here right now.
Man. And, I mean...
Look, he just continually scans to make sure that there's absolutely no observer.
Yeah, he could just snipe one down immediately.
This is so crazy. Look at this. Okay, he gets the observer as it flies in. Those cloak ghosts, complete heroes this game, Tastes. I actually can't believe how crazy this ending is.
But you know what? There is a DT getting kills up over here.
Oh,
he
God.
doesn't have a scan.
Hold on. Scans. Is that his... Oh, my God.
48.
That's
49.
his last... He needs to scan that. How many DTs are left on the map? I don't even know what's going on here.
Hold on.
Oh, my God. Is that breakable right there?
I don't think it is. Oh, this game is getting sick.
Okay, there's another DT coming in.
Also another observer here.
Yeah, that observer.
Oh, my God!
Beautiful play by Parting. I think Parting is actually...
I think Parting actually
Yeah,
wins.
he does win. For sure he wins from here.
I can't believe this.
Whoa! The Battle of Cloaks, Tasteless. And,
he's going to get stormed or fed back. Over here.
He can't break that expand. It's just, that is impossible.
Now, there's one command center here for Terran. But I think right now the Protoss army is just too strong. Am I right? Like,
I would say so, yeah.
I mean,
there's not enough.
I don't know the energy of those medevacs.
The DT comes up again? No, there's no way. There's no way.
Oh my God. Parting gets first. Get up.
Okay. GG.
Yep.
That had all his units in it. That's it. GG.
Oh, yeah. He put a DT underneath that command center so he couldn't land. Parting. Wow.
Good victory there.
Gotta be happy with that. Give this guy.
He's got the keen moves.
Yeah.
All right. Parting advances in first place from this group after a completely epic last game there. Wow.
Man. Well, Parting's done it. He's first out. Flash will be in the final match here. That was a beautiful game. That game was so cool. That ending part, it was all about cloak versus
That was really
cloak.
hard to say how that was going to go, and it's so interesting because you saw Flash was like scan, because he needed to make sure that no observers got in because his ghosts were the key to victory at the army at his base.
But the DTs were out. Parting had killed off just enough command centers where you could not have scan after scan after scan. So that those last few DTs whittled down that army. And Parting, he was being very smart in that moment. He had a bunch of gas stocked up, so he just made a bunch of Templars there so that one base, even though there weren't even really any gateways operational, that one cash cow there, his fourth, could not be attacked. Mm-hmm. And then he put the DT right under the command center when it tried to move, so it couldn't land. Checkmate.
Really well done.
Yeah. We're going to go to our losers match after this short break, so don't go away.